Just going to measure an iPhone 4. It's an old iPhone 4, 10 years old or older. The measurements of an iPhone 4 are 115.2 by 58.6. I have no doubt this will be on because it's always on. I haven't closed it so that it's not. So there you go, it's on. So it's always on. No matter if I turn it off, it's always on. Comes back on again by itself. I don't know how long it takes. I purposely didn't close the lid this time because I was thinking maybe the movement, unclicking the lid, but it doesn't matter. I can be as gentle as, and like I just showed you, it's not clicked shut, so it's always on. It's supposed to be at 0. It's never at 0 when it turns on or stays on by itself. You just saw it jump around a little bit there. Does that a lot. So we'll get it out. We'll zero it. And we have that light shining in there. It's going to be a pain in the butt, that light. So it goes back to 0, okay there. So let's just measure this iPhone across the top. An iPhone's 115. It's 115, and it's showing 120, 119 from 0. And let's just go back to 0, and it goes back every time, usually to 5.1, nearly every time. Nearly 5.09, so nearly every time. So I'll just 0 again. It does this every time, mate. I mean, I bought one of these not long ago, a different one, and I bought yours as a backup so that I could test the two against each other. There's no point testing one against the other. Now that's 63. I zeroed it. 63.54, and it should be 58.6. Now I'll show you with another meter if you want to, but the video is going to get pretty long. That's an iPhone 4, right? And just from there, let's go back to 0. I'm doing it gently. I'm not pushing it along too quickly. I'm rolling it along. And 5.08. at 0. So 5.07, 5.08, 5.1, it always goes back. It never goes back to 0. And it's been doing that since I opened it, mate. I don't bullshit when I buy stuff on eBay. It's all legit. So at 0, and I'll just spread it out now without measuring anything and see if it goes back to 0. Go up to 100 mil. It might, because I'm not trying to measure anything, but we'll just see. Go back. Oh, nearly went back to 0. Didn't measure anything. Measure the iPhone again. So it should be 115. It occasionally gets it right. Wow, we're at 129. Now that was starting, that's 130 now. That's 130 now. We're at each end. I'm on each end. I don't know how to show you this any better than this video, but I have no doubt that won't go back to 0. See, like I said, I wanted these to be able to calibrate one set against another, just to do double measurements, so I know that I'm getting accurate measurements. That's 20 out, back to 0. And if I turn that off, and I put that back in its case, I can assure you it'll be on again, even with the lid open. Even with the lid open, it'll be on again in a minute or two. That's the best I can show you. It's all over the place. It never gives the same measurements. It almost always comes back to that 5.1, 5.09 from 0, but sometimes it comes back to 20, 15, whatever it feels like. I've changed the battery 3 times. I've put a brand new good quality LR44 battery in. It's a very good quality battery, not like the ones you've given me. So it's not battery. I've taken it apart, cleaned it. I've done what it says in the instructions to clean the sensor. I've cleaned it, I've polished it. It's not a good unit. It's a dud. Thanks.